There is a specific kind of grief that comes when a studio you trusted starts prioritizing its money flow over its soul. For years we watched as Dana Terrace's vision for the Owl House was clipped, shortened, and eventually suffocated because it didn't fit the Disney brand, whatever the fuck that means. The irony is staggering. Disney claimed it was too mature or lacked much potential, yet the fans were begging to buy products Disney simply refused to make. Every episode trended the moment it dropped, but viewership simply wasn't enough for the big mouse. They wanted a product they could control. Knights of Guinevere is what happens when a creator stops asking for permission. It's not just a show, it's a public reclamation of voice. By moving to Glitch Production, an indie powerhouse, Terrace didn't just change studios, she changed the rules of the game. She's proving that there is now a lighthouse for every animator ever run by any major studio. The show is unapologetic, neon-soaked, psychological thriller that serves as the most artistic middle finger Disney has ever received. In decades, ever since the Shrek. The world building is where the critique begins. We're introduced to Park Planet, a planet-wide amusement park that functions as a literal floating utopia, at least on the surface. It's bright, sanitized, and perfectly controlled. Its face is Guinevere, an android princess designed to be the ultimate mascot, smiling eternally for the masses. It's the absolute peak of corporate bullshit. But beneath the glitter lies a rusted industrial underworld where the trash is sent. This is where we meet our protagonist. Frankie, a big dreamer who is a scavenger living in the scraps, doing everything to survive, and Andy, her roommate, who is an android surgeon or mechanic or something, I don't really know, struggling with deteriorating psyche, which is a direct result for working for the big company. The story kicks off when Frankie finds a damaged, glitching Guinevere unit. I won't say more, go watch it, it's really good. The middle finger here isn't just about the shift to adult rating. While the show features blood, gore, and psychological horror that would never survive Disney's executive meetings, the real rebellion is in the subtext. Disney thrives on brand safety. The idea that every character must be marketable, every edge must be sanded down, and every story must eventually fit onto a t-shirt. And the less is said about their treatment of queer characters, the better. Knights of Guinevere refuses to be safe. It wrestles with the horror of being owned and the trauma of being forced to perform a personality. When we see the android Guinevere glitching between her programmed royal grace and a hollow, terrifying awareness, it feels deeply personal. It feels like an artist interrogating her own history with a studio that wanted her to be a certain type of creator when all she wanted was to make cool stories of her own. The production itself is a landmark for indie animation. This is Glitch Productions' first foray into a 2D show, a massive departure from the 3D success of The Amazing Digital Circus and Murder Drones. For the animation cleanup and color, Glitch partnered with an Irish animated studio Meala. Sorry if I butchered that. They helped create the aesthetic that's dark, moody, and deliberately rough. It was a great first 2D work. We can only hope for more of the same. Good thing is, it has been confirmed that we will be getting more as the first season has been greenlit. The numbers prove that brand safety is a lie. The pilot hit over 10 million views in less than a week. It turns out there is a massive starving audience for animation that treats its viewers like adults. People want the messiness, they want the realness, they want the queer undertones between Frankie and Andy to breathe without being edited for the international markets. They want a story that isn't afraid to be itself without a corporate big brother watching every move. Ultimately, Knights of Guinevere is a cheer for freedom. Where Disney polishes and sanitizes to protect an IP, this show breaks and burns to protect an idea. It's a love letter to every creator who has been told their work is too niche or doesn't fit the brand. Disney built a kingdom, but Dana Terrace just proved you don't need a crown to command an audience. You just need a match and the courage to light it. The message has been sent. Animation doesn't have to be safe to be successful, it just has to be real. The best part, as I said before, we won't have to wait for long. The show has already been greenlit for a full season. The big mouse might have the money, but the indie scene has the soul. Can't wait to see where this goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next time. Peace.